Now, today is a very interesting subject and a very powerful subject to me, is of something that is more interest than anything else. And the reason that it's of interest is that I have a family member that has been in the penitentiary for over 30 years. And being in the penitentiary, he would always write letters. And lately he started to write a letter is that Mama tried to tell me. Mama and Uncle tried to tell me. After 30 years, and he says, now I know better. Now I know better. But he's been in the penitentiary for 30 years in New York City, which has been very painful for my family. So I wanted to talk about a subject of very interest is that, do you know? Notice that the word of K-N-O-W, the word know. The word know is a lot of times is of meaning of being aware, of just being aware, being a sense of understanding. You know, the hip thing, just to be hip, to be the power of discern. But a lot of times when you start to talk about life and drugs and alcohol and crime, you're really playing Russian roulette. You're playing Russian roulette with your life. And if you don't understand the game that is going on, is that the game can turn against you, particularly when you're trying to be slick in the game. Is because a lot of times is that we do not know, K-N-O-W, know how to say no. Most of us don't even have the audacity, the courage to stand up and tell people no. We're scared. We always want to please people. We always want to be a part of the group. We always want to talk. I mean, we always want to say, hey, I'm a part of. We're a part of it. We make the gangs as a part of our family. And if you really start to think about it, think about this. In life, how many people, once you go to jail, once you go to the hospital, once you get in trouble, how many people can you really turn to? Think about it. How many people can you really turn to in life that's going to help you out when you're thick and thin? When you go to jail, how many people? Think about it. Most often that you can almost count them on both hands. A lot of us can't even count on one hand of how many people that we can count on when we get in trouble. Is because the problem is that a lot of times we do not, K-N-O-W, we do not know how to say no. We always want to be a part of it, my buddies. We scared to be square. But let me tell you something. When you go downtown, everybody tell on each other. I hope you all know that, right? When you go downtown, everybody tells on each other. Because here's what happens is, that's once you get in there, he says, okay, guy, you about to go 10 years in the penitentiary. You know what happens? Everybody start raising their hand. Look here, man, I'm not going to no penitentiary for 10 years. Everybody started to tell on each other. See, it used to be the old rule that nobody will say anything. But the new rule is, guess what? I'm not going to spend 10 years away from me and my family. See, because of those 10 people that you can probably, or those 12 people is, that those are the only people that you're going to have to count on. You're going to have to be away from them for 10 years. And be there with a man for 30 years, or be there with a woman. So you're going to be away, you're going to be separated from. Is that a lot of times we don't have the guts to say no. You see, because a lot of times you're going to have a skill. You see, that if you don't have a skill, which is spelled S-K-I-L, that you can end up, see, take it off is K-I-L-L. Most of us do not have the skill to end up and learning how to say no. Now here's what's interesting to me is that no one plays fair in the dirt. Nobody plays fair in the dirt game. Little children. If you get little children to play outside, they're all playing outside. You ever see them play fair? It's always that little bad little boy who's going to always get it and throw mud in, and somebody's going to come in and holler.